right? So here is the actual Substack that Hank published, and it talks about a new set of ordinance rules, if you will, that allow the county to issue a citation to a business that might have been there for 100 years doing the same kind of business. Except now, if they so choose, they can issue this, and the company has essentially 18 months to prove that they're not violating something in the way that the citation suggests. Now, what's interesting to me is that Hank has gotten so much pushback directly from especially 3 members of the county commission. And we're at the point where we're going to name them so we know who we're dealing with. Chairman is Alfred John. Mr. John posted this, and he starts with, there has been a lot of disinformation on social media about county government shutting down businesses because they were grandfathered in with an older use that is no longer in compliance. An older use that's no longer in compliance. The whole notion of grandfathering means that if they were there and they were using the land for a legal purpose, grandfathering is supposed to allow them to continue to do that. Disinformation, I want you to remember these words. Disinformation is defined as false information spread deliberately to deceive people for political or economic gain. And what is being shared on social media is disinformation. This is his charge. He goes on to talk about the fact that the county already has a process where code enforcements and complaints from residents and others can be submitted, and our code enforcement personnel have to take action. Usually it's a conversation. Sometimes they end up taking somebody to court. So there's been a process for decades to deal with somebody using land for a purpose that's not in alignment with zoning. Yet this grandfathering has protected people because clearly it's unfair to have somebody that's been using this property for a particular purpose for could be decades, might be about 100 years, and then and then all of a sudden something changes and they're forced to give up their property or sell it or move or something else. Watch this. He then goes on, astoundingly, to suggest that in this statement, Hank Sullivan will have you believe that anarchy is best for the county and that no rules should apply. Is that what Hank is suggesting? Well, remember, Mr. Johns just got through telling you there's already processes in place. There's already processes that have been in place for decades to deal with such things if they need to be dealt with. And yet he's turning around. And what did we just get through talking about a few minutes ago? Change the narrative, change the direction of the conversation. All of a sudden, he's trying to say that now Hank Sullivan, in his questioning of this, would lead to anarchy. Holy mackerel. Okay.
Well, those are criminal things he's talking about in that text. There's plenty of laws on the books that you can't commit crimes on your property, right?
Right.
I mean, yes. I mean, that's just a non sequitur there. It doesn't even make sense.
Right. And he tries to make it, you can see it at the bottom, he tries to talk about a package store selling to minors. There's already laws against these things. Yeah, this has nothing to do with what Hank is.
Hank is like about. Doing like this. He wants back in.
I know. I'm bringing you in, Hank. I just needed, I live here in Forsyth County, and I take personal umbrage with something like this because anybody with a thinking brain can read this and go, what? He just got through saying they have processes to take care of certain violations if they need to be. And yet all of a sudden, this new thing has been enacted. Okay. All right, Hank, you're back in. I'm going to take a deep breath for a minute.
I'm glad you're able to get all that out.